So Mystery Steam Reviews is the part of the PC Gaming Weekspot where indeed we test the knowledge of one another via Steam reviews that are a mystery. And the rules are as follows. Both I and Matthew bring 3 Steam reviews to the MSR arena, but we omit the name of the game associated with each review. Our opponent must correctly guess the game attached to each review. 1 correct answer equals 1 point. While both of us have 90 seconds on each MSR, we both also have help in the form of 3 lifelines. These lifelines can be used at any stage during battle and also pause the 90-second timer. Each lifeline can only be used once, and they are as follows. Question, where the hot seat haver gets to ask a yes or no question. Second opinion, where a second review is given to the warm chair sitter. And a genre, where the genre of the game is revealed to the one with the warm arse. Now, this week's theme is very simple to explain. It is playable lady protagonists in video games.
Now, is this... Oh, you say it's easy. Is this games with sole female protagonists or a female protagonist somewhere in the mix?
Let's say...
I should have probably asked before we recorded this.
let's say... All right, doesn't have to be sole. It could be part of a team.
I mean, I'm not saying... Like, mine might all be sole female protagonists. I was just I just wanted to clarify for the listeners at home who might be guessing themselves.
The only thing is, as is always the case, it can't be a created character. It needs to be a character that, as in user created.
Elder Scrolls doesn't count.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So, Matthew, would you like your very first Mystery Steam review? Played the campaign only. If you're a fan of the series, you may appreciate the game trying something different with the formula. It doesn't match the original trilogy, but is a great enough game in its own right. Story is quite forgettable, as are some characters. The PC port, aside from some bugs, is really stellar. 8 out of 10 if I had to score. And that's from Game Time UK. Recommended 54.5 hours on record, 40.7 hours at time of review. Matthew, your time starts now.
Interesting. So campaign only, doesn't match the original trilogy. It's great in its own right. Good PC port. So campaign only would suggest it also has a multiplayer mode. That instantly puts me in mind of Tomb Raider, the reboot. The original trilogy. I guess, would you talk about the original trilogy of Tomb Raider? Like, there was 1, 2, and 3, but do you? They're just the older games. Campaign. That did have a multiplayer, though. 54 hours is quite a long time to spend playing Tomb Raider. Wasn't wild about the story, wasn't wild about the characters. But it is a great PC port. It's a really nice looking game. I'm going to say Tomb Raider.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Good, I should have had the thing lined up here. Don't worry, I will
Amateur hour, Chris.
I mean, if they only knew the hassles of this week's Weekspot. So, you quite quickly recognize, a reboot, original trilogy, etc., and you zoned in on the original Tomb Raider, or they were referring to the original Tomb Raider trilogy, giving you an option of 3 Tomb Raider games. Tomb Raider, of course, also has multiplayer in it. You didn't go for Rise of the Tomb Raider nor Shadow of the Tomb Raider. You have gone for
They didn't have multiplayer modes.
They didn't have multiplayer modes. That's why you didn't go for it, Matthew. You've gone for just Tomb Raider, and I can tell you that the correct answer is Gears 5.
Oh, piss. Oh, God damn it. Oh my God, campaign only. Oh, that's tough.
You could put You know, you probably put a lot of hours into that. It's famously a very nice looking game. But like, you know, Tomb Raider could have been that too. Matthew, could I have my first mystery Steam review, please?
Disappointing. It's so smooth and buttery. For real though, the game was optimized with cocaine and the tears of elder gods. Marty Venn recommends this after 4.5 hours, but with 3.9 at the time of review.
Time starts now. Elder Gods is surely the tears of elder gods. Cocaine, I mean, if the is the developer famously a drug addict? Smooth and buttery, so like, you know, it's going to be 60 frames per second, it's going to be intensive. So action game. Oh dear. I might have to use one of my lifelines very early on. I'm just trying to think now. What could that be? An action game. I mean, smooth and buttery. Oh shit, no. I think I might have to use... Don't really want to, but I might have to use my second opinion. Yeah, pausing the timer 38 seconds. Could I use my second opinion, please, Matthew?
The wonderful game where you play as a caring mother and kill messengers of God through the power of BDSM.
38 seconds restarting now. Oh! Bayonetta? Bayonetta 2 never came to PC, did it? That was always on Wii U. It came to Switch, did it? I don't know, it doesn't matter. Just PC games we're thinking about here. Bayonetta. Elder Gods, yeah, it's all that kind of... Yeah. BDSM. Bayonetta. Yep.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer, Chris.
Very interesting. You seemed confused by this. You asked for a second opinion. You knew it was an action game from the buttery spoon. But is this Bayonetta? The correct answer is... Bayonetta!
Yes! Get in. Excellent use of second opinion there. Ooh,
Oh, I love it. I love it when the contestant themselves announces that it was good. Much if they did that on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. They're like, yes, Chris, I absolutely nailed that 50-50. I'm a legend.
Well, to be fair, I think Chris would tell me, whereas I know you won't. So I have to.
Well, if I like, I just listen. I think you're going to need that clue later, but we'll see.
What mean and nasty reviews does Matthew have?
Oh, absolutely not. That isn't mean and nasty. That was me saying, like, I feel bad for you because I feel that you're going to need that clue later.
Matthew, here is your second mystery Steam review. Fabulous looking game, but in the end, it is so cheap. You'll get so tired of doing the same sequence over and over again. Mostly because the monster drops right next to you or happens to notice where you are. Of the 20 some hours I've played, probably 15 of that is just repeating something I just did over and over. I really wanted to like this game, and that's from Zetrov 2001, I'm going with. Not recommended, 22.7 hours on record, 21.3 at time of review. Matthew, your time starts now.
The monster drops right next to you. And that instantly put me in mind of Resident Evil 3 because of Nemesis, but then 20 hours? No way. That game's like 6 hours long tops. Give me the genre.
Oh, all right then. So we're going to pause the timer at 1:12 whilst Matthew uses his genre lifeline. So the genre of this video game is as follows. A survival horror video game. A survival horror video game. Your timer 1:12 restarts now.
I mean, that sounds like Resi. A Resident Evil 3. I mean, it could be Resident Evil 2, because the monster, if you play as her, she's not really the main. Yeah, so it's got her or him as the player characters. Resident Evil 3 is a lot more like Jill Valentine, and the monster drops, Nemesis, like. But Mr. X, it's more like, it doesn't ever feel like, surprise, it's Mr. X, he's there doing his thing. This is tricky. Question.
Oh, God. All right. We're pausing the timer at 24 seconds. Yeah, go on. Ask away, Matthew. What's your question?
Is this game a remake?
Is this game a remake? No. It is not a remake.
Shit.
24 seconds, restarting the timer.
No. All right. Female protagonist, monster. It can't be Resi. It can't be a new Resi. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Oh, what's the thing? What's that horror game? There's one recently you play where you're pregnant. It's like one of the Amnesia games. It's, Amnesia. Amnesia. Oh, fuck it. I don't know what it's called.
I'll allow Amnesia. I'm in a good mood. I'll allow Amnesia after the buzzer sounded.
Amnesia's not the answer.
So you really could have zoned in on Resident Evil, and it read like a Resident Evil review, Matthew. It was a very detailed review, and indeed you were thinking, this must be Resident Evil. But the count was like, that's not right. And then you asked that pivotal question, is this a Resident Evil game? No.
No, I said, is it a remake?
Or is it a remake, sorry. And I said no. The correct answer, Matthew, is Alien Isolation.
Of course. Of course, and that's a famously long survival horror game. That's like the thing that's famous about it, apart from it being good in the Alien. It's the survival horror game that is really long. That was dumb.
You nearly got it. Well, you didn't.
I didn't get anywhere near
it.
Come on.
You didn't, but anyway,
is it a remake of Alien?
Matthew, could I have my second Mystery Steam review, please?
Make sure you hurry up and play this before the sequel comes out in 2030, no, 2040, no, 2017, no, 2020, no, 2022, no, 2032, no, 2045, before the heat death of the universe. Sorry, that 2013 should be crossed out too. That's from Xander77. They recommend this after 12.5 hours on record.
Time starts now. Make sure you hurry up and play this before the sequel comes out. So a famously delayed sequel, or... No, they said comes out in 2013. Which would make one think that this review was written in 2012, 2013-ish. Oh, Jesus, that's... I don't know, I don't even know where to go with that one. A video game... Shit. I wonder would genre shed any light on it. I feel like it wouldn't. But while we're here, why not? Or should I save it till the end? Nah, let's use it now. Pausing the timer at 31 seconds. Matthew, could I have my genre lifeline, please?
Yeah, let me look it up.
Because I need, I don't know, a nudge in some direction would be nice. Oh.
Oh.
Why is the timer restarted?
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's not... That wasn't meant to happen. What was that? 31 seconds?
This is described as an action-adventure video game.
Right. I think it was at about 30 seconds. An action-adventure video game. Okay. Starting the timer now.
Cursed genre. Tells you nothing.
Really, it really is.
Good luck.
I mean, I wonder, like, the only thing I have in my head is that if this review was written in 2012, 2013, maybe it was in a pre-Mirror's Edge Catalyst world. It's not Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Mirror's Edge. It's all I have.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
So go with Mirror's Edge. You're looking for a game which has a sequel that this reviewer feels is never going to come out. Mirror's Edge did have a sequel announced. Was it famously delayed? It had a female protagonist. The correct answer is Beyond Good and Evil.
Oh. Action adventure. Such a rubbish.
I mean, it kind of is.
Oh no, it is. I know. I'm not disagreeing with. I'm just saying, it's always terrible when a genre is an action adventure because it doesn't tell you enough, basically. Matthew, your third and final mystery Steam review.
For the draw.
Set in an old and abandoned Apple store from hell, this is a game that you think is as easy as it sounds at first, but then you realise you feel like an idiot for thinking that. The levels are impossible when really you could clear them in a few minutes each. The levels are impossible when really... I mean, that's what they wrote. I think he's... Yeah.
Right. And a review that even you think shit as you're reading it. That fills me with hope.
I think they're saying you think that the levels are impossible, but then you could clear them in a few minutes each. Anyway, it's from Koraiji. It is recommended 37.3 hours on record, 35.7 hours at review time. Matthew, your time starts now.
Apple Store from Hell sounds like it's going to be easy. The levels aren't impossible. You can clear them in a few minutes each. It's got levels, self-contained levels, Apple Store from Hell. Give me my second review.
All right, then. So your second opinion of this is as follows. Excellent, unique, creative, and amusing. It's both challenging enough to be interesting and short enough to not be tedious, just like this review.
Oh, that's fucking rank. That's a rank review.
And your timer restarts. I've given you extra time. Your timer restarts now.
Oh my god. What does Apple Store from Hell mean?
Excellent, unique, creative, and amusing. It's both.
That doesn't say anything. You could say that about any game. It's funny. It's got a sense of humour. It's got a female protagonist. Sense of humour. Apple Store from Hell. It's got self-contained levels. It's going to be some kind of puzzle game. It's got to be some kind of push. I keep thinking of Wilmot's Warehouse, and it's not that because it's fucking Wilmot, and that is not a woman's name, I don't think. This is my daughter Wilmot. Wilma. All right. So it's like a self-contained levels, Apple Store from Hell. Like, so it's in a shop. You're pushing stuff around. Apple Store from Hell. They said it was short and they spent 30 hours on it. Oh, I have no idea. I have no fucking idea.
Would you like to submit any answer?
Doom. I have no fucking idea. I am so flummoxed by that. That is such a long review. Why did you have to pick a review that was like 1,000 words long?
After this very in-depth review, and also, well, at first you were kind of trying to think, what, an Apple Store from Hell? That's obviously pivotal, but what could that be? Got the second opinion, which mentioned things like creative, mentioned things like amusing, mentioned things saying it was short enough not to be tedious. You've ended up, of course, on Doom, which famously...
ended up on Doom. Don't pretend that I followed like some strand of thought to Doom.
When you think of the backdrops in Doom, it's all very clear and white, like an Apple Store, of course. And the Doom guy is, of course, our favourite female protagonist. So, Matthew, I can tell you that the correct answer is Portal.
Oh, that is a horrible review of Portal.
Whoa.
Describing Portal as what? It's like an Apple Store because it's got a white no, that's horrible.
Apple stores are famously clinical and white. I thought the second review, very few games are amusing.
What about the second review you thought was okay?
Unique, creative, amusing. How many games are funny? Fuck all. That's quite a big, heavy hint.
Just the character. I don't really think of that character as anything because she doesn't say anything.
She's
just
a woman.
A silent. Oh.
Matthew, could I have my third and final Mystery Steam review, please?
Anyway, why are there zombies in this piano simulator? Says Toffo. Toffo? I think it was meant to be Tofu. Anyway, recommended 15.1 hours on record, 6.8 at the time of review.
Time starts now. I mean, you get cross at my in-depth reviews, and then you give me why are there zombies in this piano simulator? Why are you so cross?
You just pick things which have just got loads of generic fucking adjectives in that could be applied to any game. We're like, oh, it's great. As if that's a clue. This game is great.
Such a cross
is it? It's great, is it? Oh, it must be fucking Desperados 3.
Why are there zombies in this piano simulator? Oh yeah, that's totally clear.
Such a specific reference.
I don't know it.
But that's on you.
Well, so why didn't you get the Apple Store from hell then?
Because it was a fucking vague review. I've played that game and I didn't get it. I just catapulted a spoon. I hit a spoon on my desk and it flipped because I was so cross.
Oh, I've never seen a man so cross. I don't know. What is it? Zombies in my piano simulator?
You've got a question?
The movie Big? Is a piano in that? There's no. Do you play it? Big.
Big.
Yep.
So, is that your final answer?
Yep.
So your final answer, you've picked the film Big.
Yep. From 1988, classic.
For a certain sensibility, I imagine. Why are there zombies in this piano simulator? If you'd kept your clue, you would have heard the clue. I'm glad this $1,000 game came with a headset.
Are you going to tell me the answer?
The correct answer is Half-Life Alyx.
Cool.
Listen.
Anyway, that is Mystery Steam reviews.
No. I've genuinely got a point to make. Right. If you... There's two things at play here. If you've played the game and you don't recognise it from the review, that is a bad review. If you haven't played the game and you don't recognise it from the review, then that's okay. You haven't played the game. You weren't expected to get it. But I have played Portal, and I don't recognise that description of Portal. Where if you had played Half-Life Alyx, you would recognise this description of Half-Life Alyx. That is the difference. That's all I'm saying.
Fine.